We'll hide where music reviews can save us. My name is Tate Walker, and I love music.
Never let you go.
Yes, my it up. Meet the family today. I'm going to talk about Kawana, also known as Shawnzy, who recently made a move to the username Aperos. He is apparently a biosynthetic life form. He used to be some kind of lizard or crocodile or something when he was Kawana, but he does rock music and metal, and he's really, really awesome. You can find a lot of his music on the Kawana account, which is why I'm going to include both icons in the description for this. But yeah, he's a great metal artist. I think he does both actual guitar work and digital work. If you want a couple of really good songs by him, I recommend Brave. Brave is excellent. Breakdown and Night Sky. So please go check him out. Now for some music news. The lead singer of Against Me came out as transgender and is going to start hormone therapy. This is awesome. I know of at least one band with an openly trans lead singer, but this is the first time I've heard of a member of a known band coming out. If anyone knows of any other bands that had a member undergoing hormone treatments and or sex change after they've become well known, let me know in the comments. So I finally get to try out my pre-recorded music reviews. So we're going to start with... These are my remixes by Dr. Deimos. Dr. Deimos, aka Buck7, does lots of remixes, and these are a bunch of them. The intro is kind of hilarious, just a tinny loop of someone saying, "Hello my friends, these are my remixes, I hope you enjoy them." This launches into a fantastically dark remix of Korn's Coming Undone. The more rap-centric remixes I like less. Mr. Brightside stands out because it begins as a great trancey track, but at the second verse the vocals go completely off the beat and it never recovers for some reason. That's rather disappointing. Sweet Dreams is a surprise and a welcome addition. The same can be said for Modest Yahoo's One Day, to which Deimos applies some chiptune love. He does a great job on Fuck You and Hungry Like the Wolf. His remix of Smashing the Opponent was one of my all-time favorites. There's actually a pretty good collection of songs as far as styles go, but the bass song choices leave something to be desired, not to mention the technical flaws of Mr. Brightside. It's a little on the long side, but then I guess these are all of his remixes. 7 out of 10. Next, Smile by Bronies for Good. Bronies for Good is a brony-based group that lets fans donate to worthy causes. Smile is a 23-track album available as an incentive to donate to global giving on behalf of the Children's Cancer Association. The album is of course worth getting for charity's sake, but is it any good? Let's find out. We start with One Cold Morning by Macon, a nice soft opening, precisely the quality I've come to expect from him. Track 2 is by That Technique, who I've never heard of, a down-tempo mix of ambient trance, piano, and a little chiptune. It's a tad disjointed and doesn't sound quite as professional as the first track. Next is a classical piece by AJ the Engineer. Not a big fan of classical anymore, it seems, but this one's nice at least. Track 4 is less than a minute long, a short rendition of Something Hearth-Swarming Eevee by Bagpipe Brony. Not sure if it's the song from the episode or what, but for all its shortness, it's awfully nice. I should also at this point mention that this is a Christmas-themed album, duh. Next, All Levels at Once brings us our first vocal track, a stalkery electro dance track that I find quite amusing. Next is an electro piece by Don DeVore, another artist who is new to me. It's also nice. Track 7 is just fine, a rousing dance tune by Black Electric, which leads into Finding the Light by Exploding Heart Technique, even more energetic and with some nifty faint vocals. Following that and The Rainfall bring us a lively pop rock tune about family. I'm still having problems with sound quality, unfortunately. Maybe it's just me. I hope it is. Track 10 is by Nasnum Bormada, a soft minimalist piece, the background of which reminds me of Massive Attack and similar artists. It has a very light touch to it, perhaps a bit too down-tempo for me. Dark Symphony brings us, unsurprisingly, another classical piece with an Octavia theme. It's rather upbeat. Next is Forgot Symphony by Nathan Kinlow, an upbeat minor piano piece, a bit sparse in structure but otherwise inoffensive. Navy Brony brings us A Memoir of Silence, a haunting piece that feels like moving on a ship. It rather sticks with me. Dr. Dissonance's First Bird of Spring is very background music in nature, lighthearted and bouncy. The next track, Jeff Strider's Busy Day, moves in the same sort of way. The ever-talented Mew offers up a vocal piece in Japanese and it's absolutely phenomenal. What more do you expect from Mew? Track 18 is by Replacer, a lovely and moving piano piece with some silent movie organ. Once the percussion starts up, it sounds like charming indie video game music. Psychedelic Brony's track 20 is a bizarre circus of jazz and other stuff. Jason Kennett's Memory Lane is a soft acoustic piece with gentle vocals. I wish it was a little louder, is it just me? Rounding out the lot is So Great and Powerful Sorceress Girl, a lovely indie track. There's also a bonus track, Moonbase Complextro by Circuit Fry and Pinky Cake, sampling from the classic Moonbase video and mixing it with video game noises and a rousing dance track. So, how's the album? It's complex. It's definitely not meant to go together, and there is a lot of stuff here, trending towards the softer side. And of course, it's for charity. It's worth getting. 7 out of 10. Next we move from Brony the Furry, Aphelion by As Seas Exhale. Is one of many names for FA user XX Edgewolf XX. He seems to be painting a lush oral dreamscape in this, with a style similar to Sigur Rós minus the piano. It's very much not an album to deal with track by track, but to experience all at once, though I will say that Seeking a Light to Guide Your Safe Return caught my attention. It's very calming and the instrumentation is all well chosen, so there's nothing grating or jarring. If you like relaxing post-rock, check this out. 7 out of 10. Next is Hellhound by Truxton. The newest album, style, and persona from Renard's Lapfox tracks, Truxton's Hellhound is, well, the biggest mashup of random crap I have ever heard. I've been following the new releases as he's put them up on YouTube, and for the most part, this style of mashup consists of a video game backing track and pop music for the vocals, with songs changing completely twice a minute and never being revisited. It's that latter aspect that makes this less appealing to me, but there are still songs I like, notably Really Hungry, Really Tired, and Canada was the largest Eurodance market outside Europe. I can't even begin to describe all the source material on this album. There's just everything, seriously. You'll know most of this stuff. Listening to them as disparate tracks on YouTube was definitely not the best way to take in this music. Hearing them one after another gives a sense of some kind of twisted best-of clip show. Definitely check this out if you like Renard or just are interested in hearing something very, very different. 6 out of 10. And last but not least, soundtrack by Eternal Infamy. If you've been watching Serial Tiger on FA, you know who Eternal Infamy is. What I distinctly don't know is what this is meant to be the soundtrack for. The album starts out with rock synths that grow somewhat droning toward the end of the first song. The second track, Into the Castle, is far more memorable and features a rollicking synth guitar solo. Heaven or Hell is the first track to really stand out, with a mournful industrial synth providing a dense atmospheric melancholy throughout. You'll find a lot of synth guitar and piano on this album, but not a lot in the way of coherence. As an introduction to Serial's work, it's fairly good. Check out Sudden Collapse. But as an album, it falls short. 6.5 out of 10. That song I started the episode off with, I have been obsessed with ever since it came out. It's a remix of the song Spectrum by a guy named Zedd. The remix is done by Odyssey, otherwise known as Eurobeat Brony, and it is just fantastic. I listened to the original song, and it's this very lovely, atmospheric kind of trance song. It's very light, and Eurobeat puts a lot of energy into it that it really needs, and he used the vocals fantastically, and I just can't get the song out of my head. Please go check it out. So until next time, drink HP sauce. It's good for you.